Fair Use Daily Reflections. This is a book of reflections by AA members for AA members. October 31st. Avoiding Controversy. All history affords us the spectacle of striving nations and groups finally torn asunder because they were designed for or tempted into controversy. Others fell apart because of sheer self-righteousness, while trying to enforce upon the rest of mankind some millennium of their own specification. 12 Steps and 12 Traditions, page 176. As an AA member and sponsor, I know I can cause real damage if I yield to temptation and give opinions and advice on another's medical, marital, or religious problems. I am not a doctor, counselor, or lawyer. I cannot tell anyone how he or she should live. However, I can share how I came through similar situations without drinking and how AA's steps and traditions help me in dealing with my life. Courage to Change One Day at a Time in Al-Anon, October 31st. So many of the choices I've made in my life have been reactions to fear. Something in my world changes. A loved one seeks sobriety. A friend is displeased with something I've said. I'm given a new task at work. The grocery store runs out of chicken, and inside I panic. I'm attacked by thoughts of disaster. I imagine failure, torment, agony, and then I act. I do something rash or fruitless in order to put a bandage on the situation, because the one thing I most fear is being afraid. Fear can become a power greater than myself. I may not be able to fix it or make it go away, but today, with a higher power who is greater than my fears, I don't have to let them run my life or make my choices for me. I can grab hold of my higher power's hand, face my fears, and move through them. Today's reminder: Al-Anon is a program in which we find spiritual solutions to the things we are powerless to change. Today, instead of seeking relief from fear by trying to do battle with it, I will turn to my higher power. There is a Chinese proverb and it reads that the birds of worry and care fly above your head. This you cannot change, but that they build nests in your hair, this you can prevent. Just for today, Daily Meditations for Recovering Addicts, October 31st. Our relationship with a higher power. Ongoing recovery is dependent on our relationship with a loving God who cares for us and will do for us what we find impossible to do for ourselves. Basic text, page 99. Working the 12 steps of Narcotics Anonymous gives us a fresh start in life and some guidance for living in the world. But the steps are more than a fresh start. When we do our best to work the steps, we develop a relationship with our personal higher power. In the third step, we decide to allow a loving God to influence our lives. Much of the courage, trust, and willingness we need to continue through the succeeding steps comes from this decision. In the seventh step, we go even further by asking this higher power to change our lives. The 11th step is a way for us to improve the relationship. Recovery is a process of growth and change in which our lives are renewed. The 12 steps are the roadmap, the specific directions we take in order to continue in recovery. But the support we need to proceed with each step comes from our faith in a higher power, the belief that all will be well. Faith gives us courage to act. Each step we work is supported by our relationship with a loving God. Just for today, I will remember that the source of my courage and willingness is my relationship with my higher power. Today, Emotions Anonymous, October 31st. Reflection for today. Halloween, the traditional day for disguises and masquerades. Most of my life I have been wearing masks and showing a phony facade to the world. Much of the time, pride has been at the root of this deception, self-deception as well, usually disguising itself as a virtue. I have a never-ending job of uncovering pride daily, so it does not push me backward. Forward is the way I want to go. Pride hides my faults from me and keeps me from helping others, as well as myself. It slows my growth and gives me a false sense of security. Meditation for today. I pray I can be realistic enough to accept my assets without being proud. Today I will remember, I am through with masks and masquerading, except at Halloween parties. Strengthening my recovery. Meditations for adult children of alcoholics, dysfunctional families. October 31st. False belief. The effects of verbal and emotional abuse are hard to comprehend because we never thought to challenge what was said to us or about us until we found ACA. If we were told we were worthless or ignorant as children, we believed it without question. BRB, page 30. For many of us, our caretakers taught us in action and deed that we were worthless. When there was no food, we thought it was because we deserved none. We were bad. We cried alone in our rooms, but eventually learned not to cry when we saw that it made us more vulnerable. We retreated from our bodies and emotions until nothing was left but confusion. The trauma was complete. We had become numbed out zombies, compulsively seeking the next shock to remind us we were still alive. We now allow ourselves to get angry to those who harmed us and others who knew and did nothing. We journal, we talk to friends, we rage and hit pillows with wiffle bats and scream if we have to, but we don't hold it all in. We let go of blaming ourselves. We know we weren't the cause of what happened. We now choose to be around those who validate us when we talk about what happened and let go of those who stare blankly as we recount our childhood. We don't spell it out. We just let it go. The affirmation reads, on this day I choose to talk to those who can truly hear me and let go of those who can't. I know I am worthwhile and deserve to have caring people in my life. please share, subscribe, like. Take the time for yourself to find out your purpose. And most of all, be that you are created to be. And to remember that you are not alone and that recovery is absolutely possible, one day at a time.